is Alice Mompier holding Dorothy Mompier, your grandmother. Behind is Ida. On the right is your your grandmother. And the two kids are Cora on the left and your Uncle Lester on the right. How do you like that one? This is your Uncle Lester at 7 years old, holding a birthday cake. This was kind of traditional in those days. This is Grandma Clara holding your Uncle Norman. On the left is your mother. Next to her is a girl named Freer. I don't remember what her first name was. She was a friend of the family anyway. And that's me on the right with the cap. This is your Uncle Norm in 1930. He was born in 23, so he must have been 7. The girl is Dorothy. Next to her is Merle, her cousin. And the next one is me. On the right is Alex Albrecht, who was your grandmother's oldest brother. This is your grandmother holding her cute daughter. And that was her oldest son. That's Cousin Cora and your mother. That's another picture of your mother frowning in the sun. That's your mother, Uncle Norm, and me. On the left is your grandmother holding Norm. I don't know who the woman in the front is. Behind that woman is me, and then your mother. And Edna Baird, a neighbor. And I don't know, the other two were the two Herman boys who were neighbors also. And Florence Herman, the mother of the two boys. This fellow is Uncle Norm in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas holding some grapefruit. He was the only guy that got to go. The other two children had to stay home. This is a family picture of John Mompier's family before Norm came along. This is Grandma, Dorothy, and Norman. That's me on the left, Norm in the center, and your mother. That's Dorothy and Norman. The freer girl on the right, and half of Pat Meyerhoff, who was our neighbor, on the left. There's your Uncle Norman at 4 years old. The picture was taken in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas. Your mother and I didn't get to go. This is Uncle Norm being held by Aunt Bertha, who was Grandma's youngest sister. That's Norm and I and Dorothy. I don't know who the other 3 kids are. Probably neighbors. They don't look like anybody I would know. Maybe Grandma could identify them. This is Grandma at 7 years old. Note the hat. This is a picture taken at 1952 Glenview Road. That's Dorothy on the left, and I'm the next one. There's Cousin Bernice Statestrom, and that's her mother behind her, Harriet Statestrom. There's Norm and I, Ken Herman, Edna Baird, and that was the other Herman kid. Can't remember his name, and your grandmother. On the left is Bernice Statestrom, Elmer Seeloff, who was her half-brother, and Harriet Statestrom, Bernice's and Elmer's mother. And on the right is Grandma and I, me, us. On the left is Aunt Martha, who is Grandma's second youngest sister, and Dorothy, Norm, and I. This is Uncle Norm, 6 years old. It says 1928 on the back of the picture. That's Uncle Norm with the sailor suit on there. And these are some of the cronies that he took up with when he was down at the Rio Grande Valley of Texas. Your mother and I didn't get to go. This is Cousin Elmer Seeloff, Aunt Martha DeCamp, and Dorothy Mompier. This is me on the left, and a neighbor, Thomas McDonald, whose father was a jockey. And Tom was a rabbit fancier, as you can tell. This is me holding a pup at McDonald's place. This is me holding 2 rabbits. On the left is Tony Fagan, Clara Mompier. Next to her, the adult, is Alice Mompier. The little girl is Dorothy Mompier. The boy next is Roland Mompier. The next girl is Cora Mompier. And the woman in between there in the back, I don't remember who that is. Your grandmother may, or is Dorothy may remember. And the man in the back is Henry Mompier. He was the oldest boy of the family. And that's B. Alcott there. And that's Henry Mompier, our grandfather. And that's me in front there. And I'm leaning against my grandmother. That's Anna Mompier. In the back, that's Peter Mompier. I don't recognize the next one. And the lady on the right is Ida Mompier. And in front of her, that must be Ray. Can't tell too well. Her son. Your mother's cousin. After looking at the picture again, that's my dad next to Pete. On the left is Henry Mompier and his wife, Anna. Annie. I think her name was Anna, though. And they are your mother's great-grandparents. They are the parents of John Mompier. Annie Mompier was a powerful woman. She could handle a man with no trouble. She once threatened to blow up the street or the road next to the farm that they put in without paying her for it. And that got action, and she got her money. I am on the left. That's Raymond Mompier next to me. Uncle Norm is the little guy, and Dorothy is behind him. Directly behind Dorothy is Roland Mompier, and to his right is Cora Mompier. That's me and Elmer Seeloff pretending we can read. On the left is Cora Mompier, and in the center is Mary Ann Alcott, another cousin of ours. And that's Dorothy Mompier. I don't know who the woman was. This is me in 1931 holding a rabbit. That may have been the last time I wore a cap. This picture was taken in 1929. Clara Mompier and her next sister, Hattie or Harriet, whichever. Here's another picture of Norm in the Rio Grande Valley. The look on his face kind of makes you wonder if the grapefruit wasn't too heavy. This is Clara Mompier and Lillian Long, a neighbor. This is a picture taken in 1930. I'm on the left, Norm and Dorothy. Looks like I'd already quit wearing the hat. I believe that's Elmer Seeloff on the left. I'm in the center and Dorothy's on the right. Yeah. I don't know who the woman was. Didn't show her head. This is 1924. Dorothy, Norm, and me. And it looks like the wagon was a U.S. Flyer, but I never saw it fly. This is Kenneth Albrecht on the left, a cousin, and Martha DeCamp, our aunt. In 1925, Martha was a contestant in the Miss Chicago pageant. She didn't win, I don't think. This was 1927. That was Martha DeCamp on the left. The woman next to her, I don't remember her name, but she was a cousin to Grandma, and they lived in Rochester, New York. Next to her is Bertha Gamble, Grandma's youngest sister. And the woman next to her was a sister to the other woman from Rochester. They both came to visit from Rochester, New York. Quite a trip at that time. On the left is Dorothy Mompier, Bernice Statestrom. I don't know who the little girl on the right was. This is me at age 2. This is Norman and Dorothy in 1928. Not a very good photo. This is Elmer Seeloff. And his mother, Harriet. And that's me up in the back. Bernice in front of me, and I believe the other one is Norm. On the left is Dorothy with Alice Meyerhoff, our neighbor, in front of her, and then Norm, and that's me next. And the woman behind is Matilda Mompier, Henry's wife, Roland's mother, and that's Roland to the left of me in the picture. Here's a group picture of the Statestrom family. That's Harriet on the left, Emil, Elmer Seeloff, who was Emil's stepson, and Bernice Statestrom, the baby. That's Dorothy on the left. Next to her is Cora Mompier, then same row, Roland Mompier, and I'm next. In the front row, the girl may have been Jane, I don't know. don't recognize her. And that next one might have been Ralph Mompier, Roland's brother. Then the one in the middle there is Raymond. And the next girl is Bernice Statestrom. The little boy in the front is Howard Wolf, a neighbor. And the two women, the one woman behind Bernice is probably her mother. Not very clear. I don't know the other one. Don't remember her. It's Dorothy on the left, Norm in the center, and the tall girl was Alice Ryland, friend of the family. Pete Ryland, her father, was a truck manufacturer with a fellow named Bree, Ryland and Bree Trucks. This picture is not very clear. Kind of hard to identify him. The third one from the left is Bernice Statestrom. And I don't know who the one is behind her, but to the left on the picture of that one is Lois Lamberg. That's Dorothy Mompier on the complete right end, looking at the picture. And in front of her, down in the front, is the youngest one is Marianne Alcott, and that's Martha DeCamp looking at Marianne. I suspect that one of those kids are Shirley Wolf, one of the younger ones there. I don't know any of the others, I guess. That's me on the left, Bernice Statestrom next, and Dorothy Mompier next. Behind Dorothy is Bertha Gamble. Clara, her maiden name was Albrecht, Clara's youngest sister. And behind in the back row is John Mompier. The next lady is Hattie Statestrom. Behind her is Clarence DeCamp, the husband of Martha. In the front row here is, I don't remember his first name, but his last name was Pedon. And he was the brother to my Aunt Lillian's husband. Lillian was, I think, the third girl of my mother's family. And she died at a very young age. I remember I was about 12 years old. They had no children. And that woman up above, and a little bit to the right facing the picture, was his wife, I believe. Let's see. In the back, with the cap on, that was Walter Pedon. And they operated a milk dairy, Pedon's Dairy. In front of him, I don't know who that is. It may have been, might be Lillian, the aunt who was passed on, had passed on in an early age. I don't know who that is on the right. That's somebody that I don't know. There's no information on this picture, and of course you can't identify anybody, I don't believe. I don't know where it was taken. It doesn't look familiar at all. No date on it, or no identification. That's Mary Seeloff and me up at Sturgeon Bay in Wisconsin. The Seeloffs and all the fishermen of the family used to gather there for the summer. A couple of weeks, usually. This is another one, I don't know who that is. That's not clear. Whoever it is, they're looking at a cat. The lady on the right is Grandma Mompier, Annie Mompier. I don't know who the other, the one on the left is undoubtedly a native down there in the Rio Grande Valley. The woman in the center, I don't know who that was. These people, when they went down to the Rio Grande Valley, it was a promotion to sell land. They wanted to get northern farmers to settle down there. As far as I know, none of the group that went down, I think there were about 40 or 50, nobody bought any land. So it was a cheap trip down to Texas. I don't know who the little girl on the left was. The second girl, I believe, is Shirley Wolf. And the next two are the Wolf twins. Dorothy is on the right end. And I don't know who that girl directly behind Dorothy was. The guy with the hat on, I believe, is Bud Morton. Next to him is Howie Wolf. The girl up in the back, I don't know who that was either. And I don't know who the woman was, or the little girl that she's holding or controlling. This was marked 1929. That's Walter Pedon on the left. Up in the left-hand corner was Bernice Statestrom and Dorothy Mompier. Girl on the left, I believe, is Lorraine Bidet, but I'm not sure of that. And Dorothy. Dorothy might know for sure. I think that's me riding the bicycle. The one on the handlebars does not look like Norm, so I'm not sure who that is. I don't know. I think that's Norm Mompier. I don't remember those wheels, but looks like somewhere at our house in 1952 Glenview Road. So I guess that's Norm. Looks like a 35 or a 36 Plymouth or Chevy. And I'm not sure whether that's Norm or not. Looks like it might be him, but with the magnifying glass, it really doesn't look like him, so it might be somebody else that I don't know. Here's a picture that was taken in Shelby, Indiana. On the left is Barbara Mompier, my daughter, Gail Complian, and I don't know who the next little girl was. It may have been, let's see. Well, maybe Joyce, when you see the picture, you will recognize who you had in front of you when you were in Shelby. And that's Jack Mompier on the right. That's me standing up. I don't know who the baby was in the back. And there's somebody else behind there. It doesn't show. The fellow on the right is Bill Gettner, who is the son of Walter Gettner, my mother's second husband. This was taken in 1951. On the left is Richard Gamble, my cousin. His father, Floyd Gamble, to his left. And down in front is Jack Mompier again. The next woman is Bertha Gamble Albrecht, or just the other way around, Albrecht Gamble. And behind her is me. The next one is Martha Albrecht DeCamp. That head is Mary Seeloff. And the next one is Genevieve Mompier, Barbara's mother. The one on the end is Gores. It's a relative. And the girl in front of him was, I don't know who that other woman was in between. The one in front there is one of the Seeloff girls. The fellow kneeling down on the right is Elmer Seeloff. And the little girl in front was Gamble's kid. And the one on the left right there was the other Seeloff girl, the youngest one. I don't know who that one woman is. Give up on her. Lady on the left is Mary Seeloff, and the two girls eating something off of a stick in front are the Seeloff girls. The one on the right is Karen. The guy with the hat is Walter Gettner. And next to him is Norm holding Wayne, and then Elmer Seeloff. And next one is Bernice holding Hank. And right at that time it looks like Hank was a little cranky. This was our house, the one on the left. And this picture was taken in 1917, before Glenview Road was a paved road. And the other house, the house next door, belonged to the Meyerhoffs. I'm wondering about the date of the picture, because it seems to me that I can remember when they built the house next door. And I was born in 1917. And it's not really conceivable that I could have remembered anything that went on in that year. On the left is Elmer Seeloff, the politician. He was the sidewalk inspector of the town that he lived in there, just south of Chicago. Next one is Bill Gettner, then Mary Seeloff, and then Clara Gettner, my mother. And I think the next one is Floyd Gamble, and the kid with his head in between is Jim Gettner, and the other is Walter Gettner. On the left is Bertha Gamble, Clara Gettner, and the next little girl is my cousin Gamble. I can't remember her name right at the moment. That's her brother Richard, also our cousin. And it's Aunt Martha DeCamp on the right. This is Lester Mompier. Note the shoes. This is Ruth and Anton Fagan. Ruth was a Mompier. I believe it's Grandpa's oldest sister. Just another shot of the same two people, a little later on, I believe. The lady on the left is B. Mompier, Beatrice, sister of Burton Alcott, and the wife of John Mompier. The lady on the right is Constance Mompier, wife of Lester Mompier. On the left is Raymond Mompier, the son of Peter and Ida Mompier. On the right is Connie Mompier again. On the left is Connie Mompier, Burton Alcott, and wife Alice Mompier Alcott. Taken in Mount Prospect. This picture was taken at the farm in Wapaka. This is the farm kitchen. On the left is Mary Ann Keither, who was Mary Ann Alcott, and that's her husband, Art Keither, and that's me and Connie on the right.
We were celebrating B and Dad's 25th wedding anniversary.
We were celebrating B and Dad's 25th wedding anniversary. Of course, they weren't there. This is a picture of Connie we took in Florida a couple years ago.
Quite a few years ago.
How many?
Oh, 10?
Correction, 10 years ago. 81 about, maybe 80. This is a picture of the farmhouse in Wapaka. This is a picture of Lester, Norman, John, and Dorothy Mompier, father and kids. These are the children of Barbara and David Johnston. On the left is Brian. In the back is Kenneth, and on the right-hand side is David. The baby is James. Well, I don't know what age they were. They were real small. This is a picture of the same four kids. On the left is James. Next, Kenneth, David, and Brian. And the mother's in the back. I think the mother was a little unhappy about not having any girls, so she put girls' haircuts on the boys. Here's another shot of the same group. James on the left, Kenneth next, Barb, Brian, and David. This is David Johnston at the foot of the General Sherman Sequoia, Sequoia National Park. The same kid on a close-up. This is David Johnston and Michelle Johnston on the wedding day, I believe. This is another one of the wedding pictures of David and Michelle. It's me on the left, Connie's next, Michelle, David, and Genevieve Mompier. This is David Johnston. This is another wedding picture with his cousin Denise Mompier. Denise is the second daughter of John and Stephanie Mompier. A real cutie. This is Brian Johnston, Barbara's number 2 son, who grew to be 6'4". This is another shot of Brian. The picture's too big for the machine, so I'm holding it outside. This is Kenneth Johnston, the number 3 son of Barbara. This is after he got his new teeth. This is another picture of Ken. This is another shot of Ken as he looks today. This is the number 4 son, James, the real dude. This is another shot of James, a little older. This is a rather recent picture of James. Here he is with his mother, Barbara Johnston, cousin to Joyce Olson. Here's another picture of Barbara. On the left is John Mompier, James Johnston, and on the right is Kimberly Mompier, John's oldest daughter. That hairdo looks like she was frightened by something. This is a picture at the farm in Waupacket. 8 kids eating watermelons, spitting the seeds in the field. This is Brian Johnson with his niece, Kimberly. Kimberly is the oldest daughter of David and Michelle Johnston.
Where did you get that?
Hmm?
It's Jessica, not Kimberly.
Correction, Jessica, not Kimberly. This is a picture taken in Glenview on Grove Street. On the upper left-hand corner is David Johnston. To his right is, let's see, who's well, down in the front is Jim Johnston. Let's see. On the lower right is one of the Cheeseboro kids, Kristen. Behind her is Brian Johnston. Oh yeah, the second one over here is Martin Schmitz. It's kind of hard to see the others. I can't identify them. That's your Uncle Lester with his great-grandchild, Jessica. There are two more now. There's Heather
And Andy.
and Andrew. Don't know if I had pictures of those yet. After a little research, my assistant located this picture of Jesse and Heather Johnston. And here is their little brother, David.
Andrew.
Or Andrew, excuse me. The father is David.
You want to show the house when it was being built?
And here's another picture of Heather. There she is again. Here's another picture of Jesse and Heather. Here's a group picture of the Ronald Albrecht family. Ronnie is our first cousin. His father was Carl Albrecht and mother Ella. It's not a very good picture. I don't know the kids.
Well, Lisa would be there, the oldest kid.
Yeah. I met Lisa at a reunion, but I never met the others. This is the Peter Schmitz family. Believe it or not, the guy on the right with the beard is Pete. That's his son David and his wife Jeannie. They live in Phoenix, Arizona. This is Peter Schmidt's brother Martin, who lives in Seattle, Washington with his wife. He has no children. And this is his wife. Lourdes, her name is. We call her Lou. This young fellow is the grandson of Roland Mompier. And as far as we know, he is the last Mompier. He is the last one to carry this my grandfather Henry's name. You might recognize these two. The gentleman on the left is Tim Reed and his wife, Teresa Olson.
They're thinking nothing. You're nutty doing that.
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, okay.
Here's another group you might recognize. This is a residence on Ferncliff Point in Bull Shoals, Arkansas, known as the Complin residence. And here is Mr. and Mrs. Complin. Another shot, a little brighter. That's a picture of me on the left, Bernice Mompier in the middle, Norman Mompier on the right, Dorothy Complian above, Owen Complian next to her. On the left, Todd Cheeseborough. In the center, Kevin Cheeseborough and Liz Zubo. Two boys are the children of Gail Cheeseborough, Complian, and Liz belongs to
Lexi?
Lexus Zubo. That's Margaret Zubo, Lexi's baby. And there's little Elizabeth, her oldest. On the left is Margaret Zubo, Julie Cheeseborough, and Kathy Zubo. Kathy is Lexus' number 2 daughter. This is Catherine Zubo, the equestrian. This is Kristen and Todd Cheeseborough. This is a picture of Norm and Charles and Wayne. All of his life, Charles was known as Henry. He is on the left in the picture, Wayne is in the center.
Your name is Kurt? Stand right there. Hold it right there.
Okay. Really? That's neat. I didn't know that.
That was in this morning paper. At it again.
We'll turn around, Bob. Oh, Robert.
Robert, turn around. Take the glasses off. Take the glasses off.
You're on camera. Right.
Gotcha.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't Brother Norman supposed to be here?
Yeah.
My job.
He's here somewhere. He's over at Cairns.
Yep.
Oh, I just got a little piece of Oh, here it comes. Oh my.
Hi there.
I got you.
Land. This one got the tripod in it.
One Cecil B taking the other Cecil B.
Max Sender.
Right.
Max,
Oh, I know what I forgot. I needed light.
I like that outfit with that cap. I'll tell you that.
you do, huh?
Yeah, I
One of the drawers.
I don't know. Hi, Mom.
Say hi.
Well, it's the camera. What am I supposed to say?
Hi, Dad.
No.
You can talk to the
My chair.
camera.
You got to talk to him up there.
No, you can talk to the camera.
Come on, come on.
That's
Get out of this chair.
Get out of my chair. Go over that way.
The
Get up.
fight for the
Get
chair.
up. Get up. Right, no fight. Get lost.
Wow.
Let's go.
Mom, see if you would stand here. You know.
Spread this on a cracker.
Right there. Reach it in.
Yeah.
Here, it wasn't fall on a Saturday. They weren't Monday.
No, they call it.
They talked about
They
it
call it.
quite
They
a
go
while.
to Sunday night or something.
How long was the week? In there. Brand new baby. What kind of brand new schnauzer? That's a schnauzer. The mix.
Is that yours?
No, Maxine.
Betty, is that yours?
Yeah, she's having it right. They have them.
No, I didn't. Oh, it's Joe.
That's little Maxine. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Look at the proud mother.
Grandma.
Maybe I should get the picture.
Maxine.
Little Maxine, huh? The left cooler.
Yes, but he
First one to you.
Oh.
Yeah. Sad part of it is he thinks he's right. You know.
I'll go get those pictures. That's all right.
Mikey Moyer come back. My truck ain't here. It's kind of going.
I'm sure it's in the planning stage.
Yeah, go work.
I will be best. You know.
Also, if they can do it, it'll save a lot of good boys.
You're not the only one.
No, he got us all over there.
You know, with our mouths full right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm ignoring him with the camera.
It won't help.
I know it won't help. I know, you got me. Get some of the other people. Did you see this picture?
Thanks, Merle.
Show and tell, huh,
We'll get a good shot of that right now.
Okay.
All right.
I want to come in on the picture.
That's what I'm doing right now. Smile, Merle. We're gonna give you a tight close-up.
Stay away from me, ain't
Is he?
he? I'm getting I carry the damn thing out there.
Hey, Ryan. Come on up here. I got something for you.
You gotta go out. And you got to lose.
We got something? Brent? We got something just like a map now. Alright, this shows a path from here, leading down from the South Hudson Swamp. So must be where they're headed. Let's go.
3 o'clock, it's 5.
It's 5 right now?
Time gets
So what, you're getting hungry, huh?
Yeah. Pants are getting loose. Time to do something about it.
Skinny as you are.
It happens.
Let's move out.
Johnny back next to the door, ain't he?
Yeah. He's got tons of stuff to say all of a sudden to people. Well, what time is it here? 5? 5:42?
5:42.
Well, you're getting old pictures there, Les. Uh-huh.
It's right there. Signature was a little weird because he sneezed when he signed it. See, still back. Gosh, you want to try some disinformation strategy?
Has to be genius.
You got that?
That's it, guys.
One more time.
I knew that one.
You know what?
I got
That's
that
pretty
one.
bad.
Thanks.
What was the other song?
Okay, that's been a long time. Let me grab a chair here real quick. Here.
Well, you want a bar stool?
Yeah, give me a bar stool. Seriously.
Okay, I'll get
go.
Who's the bush guy?
You know the Polish national anthem? Real polka.
Is that part of it? Sorry about that. It's been a long time. That's about 20 years ago. Let's see.
I want the real polka.
Okay.
All right. Lawrence Welk is looking for you. You're not putting that
He's
thing
running away.
Hey, Ronald, you're not putting that away.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Why? Oh, not yet. No. Come on, one
Ready.
more.
The food.
Oh, yeah.
One
No,
more.
this goes till midnight.
One more. Come on.
Okay, the last one. Last one now. No
At
more.
least 2 or 3 more.
No.
Come on. I got another accordion. You can play that one for a while.
Which one do you want to hear? Give me some numbers. We got
1,
2, 3. When I was trying to smile. Bob, come over here.
Richard. Hi, Les.
Hi, kid. Hi, kid.
How you doing?
You got here just in time. We held up dinner just for you.
Oh, did you really? You
Well,
didn't
not
have to do
really,
that.
but we're just serving now.
Gosh, I didn't realize everybody was going to be here.
Yeah, we got a lot of the older people.
Yeah, look at who's there.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You just missed Ronnie playing.
Pasta salad, ribs, 3-bean salad, 7-layer salad. Good to see you.
She brought dietary food. Better hurry up, because Tommy's ready. You know, we need just like another...
yeah, that's just what we need, right?
Because yours...
I'm not sure about cake. What do you think the cake looks like? Let's ask her. Carol, what does the cake look like?
Oh, it's
Oh, chocolate. Wow. Wow. New invention. Nice.
Everybody likes chocolate.
Yes, you're right. They do.
He died 2 weeks later. Just to give you a perspective. Bye, folks.
Bye, Ron.
Take care now.
Bye, Ron.
Drive carefully back to you guys.
You too. That's what I said. You too.
Okay.
I was waiting to play along with that accordion.
You were? Yeah, I could have used a little help.
Holy yeah.
I really appreciate that picture.
I may not leave.
Did you leave the $4, Ron?
Yeah.
Heck with appreciation.
I'm after him now. You got his tire off his car yet? Go ahead. Hey, Merle, give his hubcap back. Give his hubcap.